to VESL Live for a beautiful Friday here. What a great way to start with the national anthem. And boy, do I have a deal for you today. First off, you got 2 days of me and a discount. This is my man, Chris. Welcome back.
What's going on, man? Hey, week 2, we're back. Friday Night Lights. You know, sun's going down right now, so I'm going to still call it Friday Night Lights. I'm ready to see some crazy Rocket League.
Absolutely. We had wonderful Rocket League games last week. Of course, me and Chris here to bring you that. And we're back again, CMS League, some good Rocket League shows. We got a schedule for us today. We've got 2 matchups for you today. Just, you know, that's what we got. We got the Palisade Pumas versus the North Mech Vikings. And then later up, we got the Huff Huskies versus Charlotte Engineering Early College. Updated with a logo this week. I don't think they had a logo last week for us. But it's going to be a good week of action. We just got done with a very explosive long Wednesday of Valorant. Yesterday, Super Smash Brothers. Today, what a best way to end the week with Rocket League.
You got to love it. I mean, we saw a lot of matches last week going into it, and we saw a lot of hot teams, a lot of not-so-hot starts.
Yep.
Looking to see how they play off of week 1. Did they go to the film room? Did they study their, their peers and see what they got to bring to the table here in week 2 right here? So I'm going to see if they got something for us.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And I'm expecting nothing but greatness. I mean, I know that last week we had a few players that stood out to us, you know, from the Palisades. We did see them. So we had CJ, we had Zumi, right? There's some good names. We saw some shows. And like you said, that's all part of the experience, right? As you go week to week, week 2 of 4 right now, right, that we have planned to broadcast for you guys live, by the way, live from Charlotte. Here, right, if you want to build up to that $25,000,
yes,
you're going to have filming and going back and reviewing your play just as important as actually doing the game. I
mean, look at this trophy. That's what we're playing for, right? I mean, the hardware, you have the bragging rights, and, of course, the moolah, right? We got the money as well. So I'm excited to get right up into this game here. Game 1, like you said, Palisades Pumas and against the North Mech Vikings coming up right here.
Man, we're getting right into the game here. Zoom in here. No delay. North Mech, I don't believe we casted this team last week in Rocket League. We did cast North Mech in some of our other games. So let's do a little player introduction. Right? We got Arsenal, or Arsa Roll, right? That's an RL up there. A little Rocket League play. I like it. Delay, and then on rim. You know, good little play on some Rocket League names here. And then on the other side, we got the Palisades Pumas. We saw them last week. Meet Zumi. It's that boy CJ. Shout out to our own prep, CJ, by the way. And then Steven, 8274.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, we didn't really get to see North Mech on the Rocket League side, so I'm excited to see what they got right now. I mean, they are looking like they're playing really quick. Might get a goal here early on, not able to do so, but that ball is going to drop. Ooh. Great save, though, by CJ to get that one out of there.
Absolutely. Another one that was on the rim there,
another
right?
miss, yeah.
On the rim, keeping the pressure up here. As long as they keep the ball on that side of the field, court field, I don't know what it's called. We'll call it field. Then they're gonna just keep Palisade on the defensive, and that's what we kind of saw last week, right? It's those teams that could find that nice balance between pressure and defense coordination. Those were the teams that really stood out for time.
Absolutely, and watching the teams that aren't like fully triple committing or double committing and messing up that way, because, you know, this is such a team sport. This is where, look, you already got some demos early on here in this game. Still 3 minutes scoreless, 3 minutes remaining scoreless in this game. So this series could go down to the end. I mean, remember, this is a best of 5. This is game 1. So look forward to seeing a tight one here.
Yeah, and CJ just scooting that in there, right on the back of, blanking on who just said, with delay. I mean, beautiful shot here, delayed just a little up, and actually off the top of that effect takes all the names away. But I think that was rim. I think it bounced off the top of the rim there.
Yeah, beautiful shot right there, right in between both of his opponents. So great shot, really accurate, if I would say. But you know, Rocket League's one of those games you got to keep the foot on the gas pedal and keep, you know, scoring. Getting those insurance goals is huge especially getting your team motivated. You know, if you're up by 2, you're feeling pretty good. Zumi is showing us what you got to do here to kind of shake your opponent, get them kind of off balance and not knowing what to do here.
Yeah, and I mean, you really saw there, he tried to delay the goal, but ultimately
not able to do
anyway.
so. Right. Well, we're up
anyway.
2-0. Palisades looking great right now, showing that, hey, we played week 1. You got to see what we have. Week 2, we are not going to let up here.
Yep. And remember, folks, just because you're down 2-0 if you're North Meg, don't count yourself out. Don't count your team out. We saw last week so many examples that mean within 20, 30 seconds, you get 2-3 points on the board. All it takes is getting that right pattern set up and catching the defense off guard. Delay, trying to get the ball off this side of the court. And man, I'm tired of getting scored on. I'm always in these replays. I don't want to be ashamed like that anymore. CJ, little lob up there to Zumi, but Rim's going to push it back over.
We saw last week a lot, and I think I pointed it out just about every game, was all about that shot count, right? Yep. How many shots did you put over than your opponent? Most of the time, whenever a team was out shooting one, like maybe 10-3 or 12-4, like something big difference, right? We saw that team usually win. Now, we did see the efficiency before of how good teams can be just only shooting a few times. Didn't see it much. Only a couple teams have actually showed us that, but we did see North Mech get here on the board. So like you said, hey, it's not over here. 2-1 here, 1:21 left. That's plenty of time.
Yeah, plenty of time. 3 goals. I think it was 5-minute rounds if I remember right. So 3 goals already over the course of our 3 minutes and 50 seconds coming up now. Time here. This is still anyone's game, and there is overtime, folks. So if they can tie this up in just worst case 2-2, then it goes in. And as I recall from memory, Rocket League overtime, you'll just keep going until someone gets that next point. So we could be here all night. That's
correct. That is the golden goal aspect of that game, and you gotta love it. I love. I don't want to end on a draw, right? Let the kids play it out and see who's actually the better team here on this Friday night, and you love that aspect when it comes to Rocket League overtime.
Absolutely, and it's just nice, right? Everyone could imagine a world right here watching this that this could be you, right? Whether you're out on like a soccer field or even if you just pick up and start to get your hands on the game for the first time, right? This is something that easily I could imagine that parents would sit down, with these kids, right? Play a couple games with them, have some fun like that. It's a really simple game to understand. Lots of cool game modes. We talked about last week, basketball, hockey, all this other stuff in here. So a good way to bring real sports to the digital world. And make it fun and competitive. 3 seconds on the clock. If you're North Mech, you got to get this ball up in the air. Right?
I thought that was it.
Yep, if it touches the ground, it's over. So
keep it on that ball. That was such a smart play right there to keep it up. But you see Palisades just trying to get it to drop. They're keeping it up for some reason. That is not what you want. I don't know if they're doing that on purpose or accident. Either way, that is not what you want to keep doing. You want to let that ball drop if you're Palisades.
Yep, in that situation, you just need Zumi to drop the ball.
There it is.
Finally hits the ground. Palisades Pumas with your first game win here, and the scoreboard, we love this scoreboard. Equal shots. Palisades Pumas 1 extra, right? 5 shots to 4. That extra shot, that could be the difference in that score, to your saying. We're looking at saves. I think I saw 3 there on the side of the Vikings, 2 for Palisades. So North Mech, they were trying to defend these shots, but ultimately you miss every shot you don't take.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you said, they were really like neck and neck when it came to the shots. So, and you saw how close that first game was. So I'm looking forward to that sticking around here in game 2. It could go the other way. It could go North Mech this time. But either way, if I'm North Mech, you want to score first. Get Palisades on their back heels right now.
Yep, absolutely. Really close action. That's what we love to see, right? That's the beauty of this game. Palisades Pumas up 1-0, but this looks like it could be anybody's series, ladies and gentlemen. So whether you're North Mech Vikings, whether you're Palisades Pumas, but I think we're going to find out. We're going to jump right into that game, too. Why are we talking about it? Let's watch it. see what happens.
Absolutely. We saw, you know, that was a good game. I'm expecting another close one. There wasn't really anyone standing out when it came to, oh, this team's going to dominate, right? No, both of them back and forth. You know, a great little tennis match, as we say, and I'm excited to see how this best of 5 turns out, but we get to watch it and commentate it, so that's the best part.
Yeah, we got the best seats in the house, really. We get to just help the people at home, right? So that's kind of, you know, everyone's got different goals with casting. My goal, I just want to make this relatable and enjoyable for the parents at home, or maybe, you know, cheering their kids on, right? Want to get involved with what they got going on with sports and, you know, the extracurricular activities for it. There's a lot of potential here in the VESL league, right? $25,000 prize. That could be a good chunk of a scholarship, or, you know, tuition money, right? That $25,000 go a long way. Start a small business, whatever your kid's dreams are. Rocket League could enable it, and Zumi just tucks it in there. We almost saw potential for a save. The whole ball has to go across the line, as a reminder, everyone. So you can see as it starts to silhouette and go black, that's like your potential, right? You have a chance to go in there and save it. Fortunately, right, if you're Palisades, you just sweep that.
CJ with a great setup. Zumi, I don't know how he got that angle to drop in, but right on you know, the North Mech team, but guess who just answers back, and that's delay. Yep. No delay at scoring whatsoever after that one goal, and now he is automatic. Look at this play.
Boom, right there. I mean, you got to think if he called his name and he delayed at any moment, that wouldn't have been a goal.
He's trying to fake out the other team. He wants people to think he's on a delay. But in reality, he is on point with these shots. I mean, he is on time and everything.
Yep. Good save there by CJ to put the pressure back on the other side of the field. You see a little contention there in the dribble. Zumi up in the sky.
Trying to do it again.
Man, this guy's sneaky. You gotta watch out for him. As we get a shot over there, it's gonna go right in. Didn't look like there's any defense. Gonna look at this replay here. Rim just looked like he just kind of eased that in there. Yeah, CJ just not fast enough to get on that defense. But hey, we were 2-1, I believe, at the end of the last game. We're 2-1 already, 3 minutes and 30 seconds left. But this time, North Mech's in the lead.
Yeah, the other way around this time. So we might see a little bit high scoring, more high scoring of a game here in game 2, as these guys look like they're starting to settle in, starting to feel comfortable scoring goals. And it looks like they're, these touches are what you want if you're looking at either side. I mean, these back and forth it goes. I feel like that last goal for North Mech worked out because all Palisades were pushed up. They pushed up all the way. North Mech had, that slingshot ability, and they shot it straight in the goal. So we'll see what happens here as time's ticking. 3 minutes remaining on the clock.
Yep. Nice little volley back and forth here. CJ and Delay kind of hitting the ball on both sides, spinning each other out. But we got Steven. Steven just going to keep the pressure up. Arsenal. I keep wanting to say Arsenal.
It does look like that.
Good job, student. You've won this battle. Zumi, can he get saved, CJ?
I think I'm just going to go RC. RC, because I think at the end it's Rocket League, right? RL.
Yeah. RC, RL. Oh, yeah, good. RC. All right.
So until we're corrected, that's what we're rolling with, or that's what I'm going to roll with.
I'm committed with you. I'm with you. RC.
I'm sure I'll say Arsenal here in a little bit.
little stream lore, I guess. There's another commentator over. I think he's on the Foothill front. Chimako. We got into a little name battle, you could call it, on Wednesday. He ended up winning.
Palisades, they are on point with these shots, but North Mech doing a great job at just keeping it out. And you see just the defense from North Mech doing a really good job here in game 2.
Yeah, I mean, this is just a good kind of volley back and forth, right, in its way.
That was a mess up. That was a mess up.
Tapping it in there. 2-2.
Yeah, watch the goalie right here. I mean, he thought he had it. I think that he actually faked out his own teammate, and that pulled the goalie away and just gave a free goal to Palisades. So now we have a tie ball game here, 2-2. Remember, Palisades took game 1, so they do have the edge right now in this best of 5. But North Mech playing well until that last little, mess up right there.
game player. Steven on the defense. I'm a little upset with that boy CJ on that last goal, if I'm being honest. What we saw right behind him, we saw Steven coming up, right? And what a perfect opportunity would have been if Steven could have scored to make an even Steven joke. You know, now I gotta save it. I gotta put it in the back pocket all the way until he can score, maybe goal 4.
They could do it. I mean, a minute's plenty of time. They could somehow score and then do it again, make it even Steven.
I see Steven up there getting the pressure on. Steven looking for, I don't think Steven scored yet. Looking for his first goal of the series, but he's been doing work with these kind of assists on the side. I see you out there, Steven. Don't worry, just because you haven't got the goal, we know what you're doing. Taking that boost, that's another kind of strategy to Rocket League, right? And you probably know this a bit better than I, but denying your opponent the boost pass.
Right.
Right, so that way they can't have that speed boost. CJ, just another score off the top there. I mean, as I'm trying to talk through the boost, CJ says,
yeah, he says himself.
I'm gonna alley-oop myself.
Exactly.
Off the wall, off the backboard, straight in.
Just like what you see in you know, basketball, they throw it off the glass to themselves. That's exactly what he just did with 24 seconds remaining. What a clutch goal right there. But now Palisades need to hold off here. North Mech to make that a 2-0 lead, and that's going into a best of 5 is going to be huge.
What a beautiful kind of like ball handle there from Steven.
Man. CJ also.
Yeah, I mean, Steven just like slowing that ball down to a complete halt and then just like a quick little bump back to kind of pass to CJ.
So right there, I think that was the miscommunication right there. It was like, who's going to hit it? Who's going to keep it up? Right there, obviously, you see Palisades take game 2. And another close one. They're just sneaking by, but they did get their goals.
Yep, and let's look at your point. 8 shots to 5 saves, right? North Mech, 5 saves. Palisades only 3. They didn't have to defend as much. That kind of puts stats, you know, pen to paper and then into action, right? You see that because there's not as many shots, you don't need that many saves. So then you don't have to focus on defense as much. You can keep that pressure on the other side of the field.
Absolutely, and we just saw, I mean, that was just, you know, at first when I was saying they're not really missing much. They're playing really well when we saw them score really fast.
Yep.
But then after that, they started missing toward the end. I don't know if the pressure just got to them, but I'm talking about for both schools, just kind of missing easy shots. And, you know, I don't know. Hopefully they get their thumbs warmed up here for Game 3 because Palisades, all they need is one more game here in this best of 5 to take it.
Yeah, and you're talking about, you know, I guess, how are they doing under pressure? I'm looking at CJ. I mean, CJ thrived.
Yes.
CJ really, as the game went longer, you could tell he really got in that comfort flow, and he kept going shot after shot and just saying, hey, don't worry, team, like, you keep doing what you're doing.
Yes.
You guys are doing great assist and support here. We're volleying back and forth to each other. I can take care of the goals, right?
Yeah.
So nice synergy, always playing apart from each other. You're never seeing one person overcommit. So Palisades has, in my opinion, just the better communication. And we're just going to go, like, we're getting ready for Game 3, guys. I'm hearing the players are ready. So let's jump right into it.
Let's get it.
You're tired of seeing me. We want to see more Rocket League. I get it. I'm not ashamed of it either. I also want to see more Rocket League.
Game 3 of the best of 5 right now. Palisades up 2-0 here in this series. North Mech playing well, but just not well enough to get these games, finished. Yep. Right now, their backs are against the wall. They have to win this game here to keep this series alive. Will they do it? Do they have the clutch gene? We're about to find out here right now.
Zumi volleying that up there, trying to set it up for himself.
Zumi.
Oh, Steven just doesn't have the angle to put that in there, I think.
Just seeing those Zumi coming off the top rope just about every single time. I mean, you see him up in the air nonstop and somehow able to put these angles close to making shots. It's crazy.
That's the second time this game that rim has been destroyed. I haven't seen who's destroyed him, but someone's out there building him right now. As Steven's going to try to drive this down the field. Nice shot there, but you don't need to worry as long as you got Zumi.
Yeah, I mean, I will hand it to the Palisades. Just watching the ball control that these players have. in the air and also on the ground. You mentioned it earlier, CJ. He's one of the, it looks like the top players right now when it comes to ball control, and he's able to just know where the ball's going to be, and then whenever he has the ball, he can put it wherever he wants.
Another destro there. Destroy. We got a destroy from Steven. Steven got destroyed, and I mean, just off the top, again, North Mech setting the pace for this game. One score in. 3 minutes
right there.
and 27 seconds to go.
You see no one back. Everyone's kind of pushed up for the Palisades. That's how North Mech has been getting their goals here in the last 3 games. And you see it once again, but it's been working for the Palisades.
Yeah.
Obviously, they've been winning games, so why change anything if it's, you know, if it's not broke? Don't fix it. So that's what they've been doing. Is you see a great save right there by North Mech, trying to stay alive here in the series.
Yep, and I don't see really a goalie. I mean,
Called that.
yep. We saw one player coming in from the side. Just want to get our clarification here. But CJ,
Right here.
yep, we got. I think it was RC. RC flew in there. My eyes aren't as good now that I'm old, but RC kind of taking that duel right in the air, and CJ's just shown that he's more dominant. He's more consistent in the air right now.
That ball control, he just knows where to put it.
We're kind of seeing the story, right? Is if you're North Mech, if you can keep pressure on Palisade Pumas, if you can keep them on the defensive side of the field, you can get these goals. But when Palisade Pumas start rallying, man, they start pressuring downfield, and North Mech they don't seem to have the right flow defensively. They're able to get the shots, which is good, but I mean, just like that, Steven, first goal in the series as far
Saw
as I
that
can
come
remember.
in after that demo. Watch this again. He gets demoed right in the goal. That was their only, basically, chance of defense right there. So you see, I think that was Rim trying to get back, but way too late on that. And Palisades take the lead. They're trying to get the brooms out here, Michael.
Yeah, absolutely. And more important note is Steven with the second goal of the game, so he is in fact even Steven at this point.
There you go. I knew it was going to come eventually. I was like, when is he going to fit this one in here?
Good guy Steven helping me out with my caster jokes.
Oh.
Oh, man.
Trying to end it. Not able to do so. North Mech still holding on. You love to see it. You love the fight against it. This is their shot, the opportunity, and it's going to go wide. Looks like some, I don't know, that I really think that demo really messed them up.
Yeah. I like your point, though. North Mech's not giving up. Just up the top. CJ is going to try to turn this ball around, but we got the pressure downstream here for North Mech. Ah, he missed. If he hits that ball, that's a whole different story.
Yeah, Palisades looking good right here on this one. They're going to try it. That's CJ. Remember, he can put the ball anywhere. Let's see if he's going to do it. He's going to the top right corner. Lands it. I cannot believe it.
I think there were 3 in the goal.
Watch this again. Up in the air. Sees 3 defenders. That doesn't mean anything to him. He's just still going to put it in there and try to put this game away here in game 3. That's crazy.
Who's that? Is that Messi? No, it's that boy CJ.
It's a bird, it's a plane. No, it's just CJ doing his thing. I mean, unreal how we were just talking about how CJ can really, I mean, the ball placement and everything, that is a perfect example on what he can do. And he's going to try it again. He's going to try it again here. And he's going to get it!
What? What's
Back-to-back goals here, Michael. What's going through your head?
This game is over. I mean, CJ just keeps getting more comfortable. Did he even push that guy out of the way?
I think it was a fake out. I mean, you saw the whiffs. You saw the whiffs from North Mech. I mean, a couple of them. And you can't be doing that when you're down, especially now, 1:20. You know, we say that's a lot of time, but right now, if you're North Mech, that's not enough time. You need to start scoring right now.
Yeah, you gotta really get your flow there, and you cannot delay. You need to throw your whole arsenal at it, and you need to not be on the rim. You need to be in the goal.
I like all 3. We used them all 3, man.
I'll be here all night,
whose line is it anyway? Another one possible.
Oh, man.
I mean, right now you're just seeing Palisades do what they do best, and that is just to keep it going. They are not a team to just lay down and, you know, when they're up, they're just not going to, you know, keep on doing what they're doing. Palisades, they know what they got to do, and they've been doing it. Game 1, Game 2, and Game 3.
Yeah, absolutely. 30 seconds left. You got to think this one's over, folks. I mean, they would have to score 1 goal every 10 seconds. They basically need to get it off the break. But North Mech not giving up, not putting the controllers down, just going through some motions here, right? And I don't want to discredit North Mech. You know, this game's scoreline, it does look more dramatic, 4-1, but these have been really close games. So this series, right, just a couple nuances, a couple small changes minus this game. This series could have been going all the way to game 4 or 5. Zumi said, I gotta get on the scoreboard. CJ and Steven, I think, have scored all the goals this game, so.
Yeah, own goal, and that was by RC, RL.
I didn't even catch that was an own goal.
So, you know, just trying to see, and that's what happens though when you're down by this much. You're just you're going for it, right? It doesn't matter how these angles are coming in. Eventually, you know, you gotta score 4 goals, 3 goals in that little amount of time. It's not going to be enough.
Not at all. Palisade Pumas, they do go up 3-0 for this series, so that's going to be it for our first series of the day. Just looking at the scoreboard, we got 8 shots to 2. Again, telling that story. 2 saves on the side of North Mech, so that's good. It could have been 7-1, but it's at 5-1. And then for our demos, you can see they were both players getting really hands-on. 4 demos and 3 demos. So
yeah, Palisades did it all over. I mean, not just the goals, but the assists, the teamwork, the ball control was unreal. They could juggle in air. They showed literally what they had in their bag, and they have a lot. They have a lot of weapons that they can use in this league. So watch out for this Palisades team up going forward. But like you said, though, you know, this North Mech team isn't what you see on paper, right? They were close game 1 and game 2, but just not able to get it in game 3. So still hats off to them.
Yep, and if you're North Mech, don't leave here with your heads down low. Keep them held high. Go back, review the tape, what could be done different. And just, you know, guys, let's take a look at our schedule, what we got coming up. Palisades Pumas we saw. They did just take that series 3-0, but again, hats off to the North Mech Vikings. That was a brilliant show, but Cats better than Vikings. But coming up soon, we get to see Dogs. We get a show of Dogs and Cats today as Dogs do their best to take down the Engineers. Charlotte Engineer Early College coming up next, and that'll be our final game of the night. Chris?
I'm excited. We saw Charlotte Engineer Early College and Huff last week, but Charlotte Engineering Early College showed us they can handle business. So I'm looking forward to see if they keep that momentum coming into week 2, or will they just, you know, hey, we did a great job here in week 1, but they could lay down. We'll see.
Yeah, absolutely. And we had a banger of a first show. We're no doubt going to have a banger of a second matchup. And then not only that, guys, but we're going to have more weeks to come. This is only week 2 of week 4 right now. All of these high school players, they are currently, right, going to be competing for $25,000 in this VESL. We'll call it like an invitation. I don't know like the full tag, but it's a high school competition. Bunch of good kids, a bunch of good players, all for a good cause. And we're not the only stream right now. There's all kinds of divisions for VSL, Foothills, all that. It's all on the YouTube channel. But don't go anywhere because we got one more game coming up. We'll be right back after the short break.
All right, we are back with the VESL stream for Rocket League CMS side. And we already had a great game here in the second week. First game, we saw Huff go up against Palisades going up against North Mech. And, Palisades just got it done. 3-0 sweep. A lot closer on when you actually watch the game, but a little bit it was definitely a tough one, going into this next one.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And no one's going to blame you, Chris. We're all excited to see Huff versus Charlotte Engineering Early College. That is, like we talked about before the break, that's what we're going to have coming up. It's going to be another great series. We did see last week, right, if I'm remembering, Charlotte Engineering, we saw someone like Osiris, right? You were going through the trials of Osiris. We had Sunshine. We got dinosaurs that are mocking each other, right? But let's just show what we've looked at, folks. So everyone at home, you could see the scoreboard, everything we looked at. We got the Palisade Pumas, as Chris just mentioned. They just won 3-0 in that series. It may look like it was domination, but I assure you, watch those games back. First two, very close. Third game did get away from the Vikings. But coming up, we got our Huff Huskies versus Charlotte Engineering Early College. Can dogs beat engineers is ultimately the storyline here, and I'm excited.
Who do you think? Who do you think going into this game that we saw last week? Because we did get to see both of those teams go, and play last week. Who are you thinking is going to take this one?
I'm going to have a little bit of caster bias here.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Now, I am a big Destiny player right now, right? We've got Trials of Osiris.
Yep.
Okay, and it just makes sense for me that I got to pull for Charlotte Engineering Early College where Osiris is representing, right? I think they just had great gameplay. You got Sunshine. So for me as a caster, I can make a lot of jokes with these guys. Okay, I can make a lot of things happen.
Leaning that way. Okay.
Yeah, the Huff Huskies, they're going to put on a good show.
They're dogs, man.
Yeah.
They're dogs.
The dogs in the fight, man. You get into the dog fight, you want the Huff Huskies.
That's true. That's true. They'll be howling tonight at the Moon. They've played really great in the past. I've seen them both play great. Charlotte Engineer Early College, though, it's hard not to go with them. It's really hard not to.
Yeah, those engineers, they know how to calculate angles and plays and do all kinds of stuff. But you guys don't care about all that. You want to see gameplay, so let's jump right into it. Week 2, Game 2, Huff Huskies versus Charlotte Early Engineering College. It's time to get ready. Mock Dinosaur, Your Sunshine, and Osiris. They're back. And on the Huff Huskies, we got the baby, Charlotte. Charlotte represent there.
That's right.
We got, what do you want to say, Ion or Loon? And we got Kazette.
Yeah, we've seen, like I said, both of these go at it, but never against each other yet. So we will see who's got the better squad here this Friday night. And that's another thing. Just because a squad will beat another squad in 1 week, that technically doesn't mean that they're better overall going into the week 3, week 4. There's a lot of adjustments that these players and coaches will do. And so it's just one of those things. It's a best of 5. Anything can happen. But still, only a minute has gone by. I wanted to say no score yet, but look who just scored, and that's Kazep here for Huff High.
Kazep. Definitely going to go back and watch that Kazep tape.
I like that.
I thought that was a stretch. I'm glad people got that.
Hey, I
people
got
might
it.
Not even know
I feel like some of these younger kids right now, they don't know what you're talking about, but I got you. And I'm sure some of the parents out there also are laughing in front of their computers.
Definitely dating myself with that reference. But excellent play, right? And I don't want to say that I started this off with a caster curse, but see, I was hyping them up and to go down 1-0 early, but it's still anybody's game. 3 minutes and 40 seconds left on that clock there.
Yeah, absolutely. And sometimes, it's those first game jitters, and that is definitely a thing when it comes to these matches. You're not really, you don't really know what you're going up against until, you're 3 or 4 minutes into game 1. And then once you kind of calm your nerves and start hitting the ball square and everything, then most of the time you can start get going and play your type of game. But right now, Huff started off pretty strong, and they are continuing to have these shots downrange. Not able to get that one, though, as now CEC trying to go their way. Just a couple misses you see right here.
Maybe getting warmed up, you know. Don't know how much they've played. Mock Dinosaur last week had the same car skin on. I just remembered he had like the roach or whatever, the cockroach on his car. I think he got the same skin too. That's a cool little Galaxy skin on that car.
That's my favorite car in the game right there.
What's your favorite car in the game?
I use that as well, and we now see another goal here by Huff. They are coming out hot here in game one, Michael. Right now, like you said, the caster's curse might be a thing after seeing this game one already down 2-0. CEC needs to make something happen. What's Mock Dinosaur doing? What is Osiris doing? You gotta call your boy up, Osiris. What's going on?
Hey, look, guys, this one's on me. All right, I gave you a bad start, but that's cool. You're gonna come back from this. So I'm looking at Mock Dinosaur. Hey, last week you were just stomping down lane. You were eating people up. Sunshine, you know, it's getting a little dark out there, but you're still in full effect. And Osiris, you got the trials, man. You know, sometimes you don't get that flawless card, but that's okay. You're going to keep pushing forward. You're going to get back in the action. They just got to get in the flow right now. But Huff, you know, definitely throwing them off the rhythm a bit, I think. CEC, I recall them last week. Once they got comfortable, once they could start getting those volleys back and forth, you see a little takeout there, contempt. Mock Dinosaur looking to set up a shot, but Loon is going to Loon. Tell him, get that ball out of here. Get back here.
Off right now. They were waiting. Watch Kazep on this. He was patiently waiting on this wall hit. And it looks like Sunshine set him up, and that's exactly what it was. Sunshine off the wall. Kazep knew that ball was coming and put the shot, and now is up 3-0 here.
Man, what a explosive start if you're the Huskies. And I'm just in the action with all you guys. Loon gets taken out. Little demo there. And they rally back. CEC only a minute 30 left, so not undoable to get 3 goals, but definitely not looking probable, given how Huskies are playing.
Yes.
Mock Dinosaur said, hold my bone.
That's
I'm getting
right.
it in there. Minute 30. Now we got a minute 15. 15 seconds later, I deliver the goal.
Yeah, and that ball was almost denied. It was a miss off the side wall, which is a very tough, you know, challenge on that. But right now, that was a great little comeback here from Charlotte Engineering Early College. I mean, this is exactly what they needed. A minute left. They have to score again right here, kind of quick. And now, you know, put the pressure back on Huff.
Yep. This is where engineers shine, baby.
This is their shot. This is it.
Osiris, my man, you back. Thank you. 3-2 on the scoreboard. 56 seconds left. This is what we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, right, a minute 30 left on the clock early. You were down 3-0. It's been 34 seconds, and they got 2 goals back.
Just needed to get those early game jitters away, and now it looks like Charlotte Engineering is doing what they do and what we saw in week 1, you know, last week, and they did it again. Osiris ties this one up here with 49 seconds remaining. Watch this again. Great setup. Osiris no one was there to even challenge. Puts it in the top right corner. Couldn't get denied, and now we have ourselves a tie ball game.
This is an engineer showing off what they do, right? You come up with a plan. The plan fails. You throw away the plan. You make some new plans. You start coming back. Now they're getting dialed in, right? They've done all the calculations, the computations. Dinosaurs learning math. It takes a while, right? They're prehistoric. But now they got the pressure on. Can they take this lead? If they come back from this, it's going to be crazy. If they come back, my producer said he's going to eat his own shorts.
Oh my goodness, that would have been a great setup from the top, and you know, that was just kind of, hey, that ball fell to me and I still almost had a shot. But they are keeping the ball, keeping the pressure here on Huff. Huff cannot get this ball away, and now they finally did. Will they be able to even have a shot? I don't know. So it looks like CEC is trying to take this ball back.
If you're CEC or Huff, just get the ball on the ground. There's nothing wrong with either team. You don't want this ball to stay in the air, especially if you're Huff. You've been falling behind.
If you're Huff, you're happy. Let's try to get this game over with right here.
Oh, CEC just puts it on the ground. Now,
smart
folks,
move.
golden goal opportunity here as these two schools go into overtime. You'll notice the clock's ticking up, folks. We could be here all night long. It doesn't matter. You thought we had a quick night with 2 games? Not now. Tough Huskies and CEC, they saying we're going to be here for a while.
Yeah, both of them still not really showing an advantage. But until he bumps out his own teammate away from the goal, that right there just lost them this game 1. Watch this again, because Zepp is going to, actually, that was a great heads-up play by a CEC player, demoing just about the goalie.
Yeah, Mock Dinosaur pushing him.
That's a heads-up play. I thought that was a own teammate, but no, that was just a heads-up play by Charlotte Engineering Early College.
Yeah, let's look at it. We got 6 shots on the side of Huff Huskies. They start out dominating, but CEC consistency. 4, 4, 2. I can do the math. I'm not an engineer. That's 10 shots, right? They just stepped it up. They took it to a new level. Huff Huskies, 6 saves on their side. They were always on the defensive. CEC, 4 demos compared to none. So they were definitely creating their own moments through offensive play. Just what a beautiful match. And, producer said he was going to eat his own shorts if they came back. So we'll figure that out later.
Hey. Send me that video. That's going to be funny. Hey, just going back, though, to those shots, 10 shots for CEC. That wasn't till later on. You saw how Huff was taken off early. That didn't come until after. So if they can start out that way, it could be a whole nother ball game here in game 2.
Yeah, and that's the big thing, right, is if you're Huff Huskies, you had something that was working.
Yes.
CEC, they just showed if they did that, folks. They did that in a minute and 30 seconds. They brought it back.
Yep.
So if CEC are dialed in now, and you're at home, you're a Huff Huskies fan, you're roofing them on, right? Right. You're speaking their language. You need to really rally behind them because they got to figure out whatever was going on for that first 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Because the moment you let off the gas, CEC, they just take over.
Yeah, you cannot let off the gas against a team like CEC. It's unbelievable. And if you also went back to look over at the demo side, no demos for Huff.
None.
And you saw that honestly won the game for CEC.
Yep.
They didn't count it as a demo, but a bump. That biggest, so they know that is very important in this game, bumping, demoing, and that gave them the edge here in game 1.
That should be an extra assist in like Mock Dinosaur's stat, right? Is he's just in there, he's on the prowl. You're starting your eyes on the ball, right? You're the defender, you're looking up, and here comes a Velociraptor mocking you, knocking you out of the way, and then you lose the game just like that. So Osiris stepping it up with 3 goals. Listen, I knew it wasn't a caster curse. I had faith the whole time.
I don't know. You were pretty sweating over here.
If it's not on camera, it doesn't matter.
After 3 goals, I was looking over. I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
We might need a towel over here.
Yep. Speaking of towels, I don't know what it means. We're jumping into action. I just needed to transition, folks. Okay.
That was great. But no, game 2 is underway here. CEC took game 1 in fashion in overtime. Let's see what happens here. Already off to a great start, and that's Huff. They did this here in game 1. They're trying it again here in game 2. They just scored with 7 seconds in the game, just 7 seconds, and already put 1 up. Will they keep that going?
Yeah, absolutely. 1-0 up, 7 seconds into the match. And we're going to just, we're picking up right where we left off. That's what I'm trying to say, folks. I'm flabbergasted. There's so much going on. The action is fast-paced. These two teams definitely showing they want to compete, and we've already got 1 demo on the side of Huff Huskies. Didn't have any last game. Loon here takes out Osiris.
Yeah, and so maybe they saw that, hey, we might need to start bumping and demoing, and you saw how much, improvement that helped the CEE side. So maybe we should be doing that, guys. So that's actually a great point right there, how you said, hey, they didn't have any last game, and now they already have 1. But CEC doing a great job keeping this ball going. But Huff, just great start already. And now they're going to try to add another. CEC doing a great job at contesting, but they still didn't give up possession. And a couple misses right there. That was Mock Dinosaur with the whiff. But right now, Osiris, they're just trying to get this ball away.
Yep, Kazette driving it back towards his side of the goal. Just a little pass.
Yeah, set up.
Nothing to worry about. Sunshine can't quite get high enough in the sky to block that ball. The baby taking a break from his rap career and coming out and play some Rocket League. Rap, hip hop, I don't know what it's called these days. I'm too old for that. We listen to classic rock these days. Osiris, though, I mean, is that him? No, just a little off. Osiris looking to rally his team back, right? 3 goals in the last game. They went down 1-0. Looks like a little bit of maybe a communication breakdown in that early defense. Uncharacteristic if you're Charlotte Engineering, early college. But they have the pressure on now. Another demo there. Mock Dinosaur taking out Loon.
They just know how important that is.
Yep.
You're taking away a defender whenever you have the ball on the other side. That is perfect. And that's a great shot with the bounce over for the goal. Osiris ties this one up. Great pass right there by Osiris. And then back to him. Mock Dinosaur assist for that too. So great teamwork right there by CEC.
Yeah, Loon
They got the
almost
protractors
there.
out.
Yeah, Loon was almost there, man. I mean, he put it in reverse, Terry. Right, he was backing up, trying to get to that ball and block it, but just Osiris just a little too fast for him. Mock Dinosaur really starting to. I'm paying more attention, right? Osiris looks like the star of the show. Sunshine, we saw last week, getting a lot of scores too. Mock Dinosaur, man, this guy is just so good in the shadows. I'm seeing him bumping into everybody. He's willing to get in the mosh pit and throw elbows.
Yes. Yeah, he's the grimy player. He's the one that's not afraid to get his hands dirty. And, he'll in NHL or hockey, they call that the enforcer, right? That's the person you want to start, checking the other players and demoing. And that's exactly what he does. And right now, I mean, just having him there in their lineup is putting stress on Huff. They don't know where he's at. Look, another demo, this time by Osiris. He's going to try to go for a goal and going to get denied, but still great opportunity, great shot, and now it's going the other way.
Yeah, I'm so invested in this game that I have to remember I'm a caster. I have to remember that I'm supposed to talk to the people. All I want to do is, sip on my Mountain Dew or whatever and just watch, because this is intense, folks. 1-1. Close series in Rocket League. It was almost like second to none. I mean, it's just such a good game, esport to watch. As we get this volley back and forth. Sunshine up in the sky. Just Loon getting that out of here.
Yeah, a lot of misplaced balls, but they have one now. Looks like it's going to get set up. Still just back and forth, setting each other up. But these touches right now, midfield, are just kind of off.
Yeah, I don't think either team right now has a play that they're able to execute. They're kind of feeling each other out. Osiris, actually, that was interesting. Kind of like trying to do a little tap layup in a way.
Yeah.
Mock Dinosaur just not able to drive that home.
I honestly think Mock Dinosaur might have gotten his way on that, because I think he might have been able to do a little bit more. You said, you already said it yourself. Osiris is the star of the show, and he can do a lot for this team. So I'd let him work. If Mock, like you said, hang in those shadows, get your demos, get your passes, and let Osiris go off, because that's kind of been the recipe to winning.
Yep. Let him cook, as they say these days. Sunshine saying, hey, I'm here too. Don't forget about me. I haven't seen a lot from Sunshine this game. Now that I'm thinking about it, the series, he's kind of there. I haven't seen him take any shots. I'd be interested if I could see the stats in a moment.
Momentum heading for CEC. They have their opportunity. Just missed it. 3 seconds remaining. The ball's still up in the air. We'll see it. You remember, if it hits the ground, we will be going to overtime. But Osiris puts it in. Watch this again with no time left. Off the wall right here, and that's guess who it is? Dinosaur. Osiris saw the ball coming off the top of the car into the goal, and that is a game winner.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Kind of like an apology letter, right, from Mock Dinosaur. Hey, sorry I got in your way earlier. Here, take this ball. Do with it what you will. CEC, man, another last second, right, closeout win, up 2-0 in this series. And as we look at the scoreboard, 2 goals on the side, like I said, for CEC. And we're looking at the shots. We always love the shots. We got 4. We got 6 shots on the side of CEC, 4 on the side of Huskies. 3 saves, 2 saves, right? A very close game. These teams are so evenly matched, but Huff just can't close it out against CEC.
I mean, remember, Huff put up the first point in 7 seconds in that game.
Yep.
Didn't score since. So CEC right now has that momentum, obviously now going into Game 3 up 2-0. But just after that game, you're only scoring, or you're only let your opponent score in the first 7 seconds and then shut them down the rest of the game.
Yeah.
You're doing something right.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and how did they score in 7 seconds, right? Was that Huff Huskies? Or, and I don't want to take anything away from them, folks, but was that just CEC with a breakdown of communication?
Could have been.
You know? And we kind of saw some of those little weaknesses there, right, where maybe Mock Dinosaur and Osiris did lose communication. They kind of collided there, but we also saw the beauty of them when they would go and, lay up to each other. Sunshine, a player, it's hard to be critical of the team that's winning, right? They're up 2-0 in the series. But if I'm looking at Sunshine and an area that Huff Huskies could maybe look to exploit a little bit, Sunshine, he did take a couple shots, right? But he's not having any assists. He's not on the board from like a scoring perspective, really. He's taken a few shots. But defensively, right, I keep seeing Mock Dinosaur doing a lot of the demos, a lot of defensive work. And it could just be I'm an untrained eye, folks, but I'm just trying to look at CEC. You're doing so great, but this is a close game. How could you do better? And those little micro adjustments could take you from just a team winning a series to you're about to win $25,000.
Right. And Huff, I mean, and now this is what does this coach need to say to Huff to get them going and get them, hey, you guys, you're scoring and everything. You're just not finishing, right? You got to finish the job. You guys set it up. You're setting yourself up perfect in the first half, and then just let it slide. So you guys are in this game. You're in this series. Don't give up. I'm getting ready to go back into this next game right here. Game number 3. Huff versus CEC, and CEC up 2-0 with some crazy goals here in these last 2 games.
Yeah, and I mean, you're not on the edge of your seat, folks. I don't know what you're doing. You're coming in here, CEC up 2-0. Just another one of those games, man. I'm telling you, if you just wait for the scores to come out, you're not getting half the enjoyment that we are. It's just such a close series between these two.
Yeah, and that's the craziest thing is, both of these 2 matches, it shows that it hasn't been close, right? Because both of them so far, we saw the 3-0, even though the first 2 of those were really close, and now we see another 2-0 right now. But you had to be there, right? We saw overtime goals. We saw a bunch of other stuff. And let's see if he gets the double touch, just misses, but that sets up his teammate, and that's going to drop in. That's your Sunshine, like you said. He needed to step up. Look what he just did.
Yeah, man. He comes out of game 3, getting him a goal right there. He said, hey, I see you, Michael. I see you, Tumbleweed. You're my caster. I'm your Sunshine. I'm going to get you a goal as we come out 1-0 up. Not as fast as Huff Huskies did, right? They did it in 7 seconds. Took them 45 on the side of Charlotte Engineering Early College. But if the rest of this series is anything we can look at, right, CEC have always started off on the back foot. So the fact that they come into this 3rd game in this best of 5 and they lead early, and, if you're Huff Huskies, you're a little nervous. Sunshine again. I mean, this guy's an animal right now.
If I look outside, I still don't see night. I still see sunshine, and that's what we're seeing tonight here. 2 goals already here in Game 3. They're trying to put this one away, Michael.
Oh, yeah, they got stuff to do. They got to, continuing last week, they got to get out to the club, They got stuff to do. Up 2-0 early in this series. First time they've led, right, in the series. Obviously, when they scored the game-winning goal. But Huskies have always been on that front foot, man. They've always had that first score. Usually
in the first minute, too. And now it's the other way around. The momentum has definitely shifted. And now what will Huff do to answer in this? Because Mock Dinosaur playing unreal. Sunshine just stepped up. Osiris always been playing well. He's going to try to make something happen right here, and he might. He's going to get denied by Huff. Yeah, great job on that defensive side for Huff. But now they got to get that offense going.
Yeah, I mean, you got to – I think at this point, series point on the line. You're already down 2-0 in the series. You got it. Everyone's got to come out of the goal, man. You got to keep that pressure on. You got to go back to that kind of rough dog pack mentality going in there and just scoring. Ooh, you're going to get stuff like that. They just keep in the pressure.
Well,
Husky can't find momentum.
Yeah, one thing I just noticed, I mean, you saw when Huff had the ball back on their own side, the person who has, you know, the next shot is just letting the ball wait and hit them, instead of having their teammate come and hit the ball out of the way real quick. So they're kind of being very slow with their plays, but right now CEC still trying to add insurance goals here in this game 3, 2 minutes, 25 seconds, plenty of time for Huff to make something going on for them.
Absolutely, and let's get a little defensive goal there by Loon. Kai Zepp just going to drive this down the field here. Oh,
yeah.
Loon just with that block there. I mean, pressure. So
yeah,
if you're Kai Zepp, you can't just be Kai Zepp anymore. You got to evolve. You got to become the supreme Kai Zepp. The Dragon Ball reference for those at home. You got to make some magic happen. You got 2 minutes. We've seen the game flip super fast, right? Remember, folks, earlier, CEC was in this position. They were down 3-0. They had 1:30. They crawled back. 3 goals in 1:30 seconds. You know it can be done. If you're the Huskies, you just got to make it happen.
And what I'm noticing right now, and I really think that CEC is just playing a lot faster. And I don't know if that just changed because their confidence started going up because they know they're up in this game. But right now, any 50-50 ball, you'll see on your screen an orange player just swooping by like that, exactly like that. Osiris putting it in to go up 3-0. But look how fast the play they're playing. Kazep taking this time, trying to get the ball. Look, they are full speed. All gas, no brakes. CEC is on a mission, and I think they are very close to successfully getting this mission complete.
Yep, 3-0 up in this game, 2-0 up in this series. You got to think they're about to go up 3-0 in this series at this rate. 1:07, that's a tough task for any team to get 3 goals, but both of these teams, even though it's going to the side of Charlotte Engineering Early College, they are very close, so you got to believe both teams can get this done if the situation presents itself. Kai Zepp going to see what he can make happen here off the wall. Going for a little lob up. Can Loon follow him up?
Yep.
You get a block there. I didn't see you block it there.
Yeah, Kai Zepp really was, he almost had a perfect setup, just missed, and now going for it, but his team definitely needs to step up here, needs to put in goals. The ball's going the other way, and there it is with a hat trick. Sunshine with his 3rd goal here in this game. And hey, I don't know if they're watching the stream or what, but I think they heard you saying step up, Sunshine, and no disappointment right there.
Yeah, I mean, just a reminder, guys, we're live, okay? I don't have no script. And
another one.
Well, I'm trying to look. I can't. Oh, it's a whiff?
Yes.
Yeah, I was trying to see if Huff just put the controller down. You know, I mean, you're down 4-0. It's going to be hard to come back.
It could be one of those things. Maybe you're just trying something off kickoff. But, yeah, that was a whiff off kickoff. Right now, nothing's going their way. And, you know, like we said, kind of deja vu like in that first series, you know. It's a lot closer whenever you watch it, but on paper, you're going to see 2 sweeps tonight. And, you know, they're a little bit closer than what they show.
Yeah, and you know, again, just another thing. Huff Huskies, if you're out there, if you're watching, CEC does take this. They're going to close the series 3-0. Keep your head held high. I mean, you guys had some great gameplay, some great action. You could have just as easily won either that first or the second game. Third game, unfortunately.
Yeah, third game, not so much.
That was a bit more one-sided. Looking at the scoreboard here, folks, 5 goals. We do have, looking at the shot count, we always like to look at that. 4 shots for Huff Huskies. CEC, though, they're sitting at 9, double the shots. But Huff Huskies, they just couldn't find that momentum or rhythm in the last game. Perhaps maybe mentally a little beat up, right, from going down early in this game 3, and also just barely dropping the ball when it comes to game 1 and 2 of the series.
Yeah, I mean, I think they were averaging about 9 to 10 shots in this whole series. So if you're averaging 9 to 10 shots, most of the time you're going to take away the win. And you know, even though they snuck out the first 2 games, they showed it in game 3. Hey, we're putting up 9 to 10 shots. we're going to do something here. So great series, though. I mean, hats off to both games, all 4 teams that we saw.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, the story's the same, right? We've iterated it a few times, folks. Well, let's just go ahead and show you what we're talking about. If you look at our today's matches, right, if you look at the history here, you're looking at the score, we see 3-0 shutout Pumas. That must not have been close. 3-0 shutout for Charlotte Engineering College. No way that was close. Folks, I encourage you, go back, watch the VOD, see these games. None of the players on these teams have anything to be ashamed about. This series could have just as easily went one way or the other for both of these matches.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, in those first 2 games for the Huskies, putting up goals really fast. And, we were kind of doubting Charlotte Engineering College early on.
Yeah.
And then they just proved us like, hey, no, there was a reason why you guys were backing us in that game. And there you go.
Yeah.
They showed it.
There's a reason engineers are going to college and Huskies are the dogs at home. You know what I'm saying? So, so just nothing to be ashamed of. I mean, I really want to drive that home for everyone. Like, I know it sucks as a competitor myself to lose 3-0, but definitely go back and watch that footage. Analyze, right, what would have been the difference maker to get you that 1 goal, get that 2nd goal. Next week, definitely look forward to seeing all these teams again as we compete, right? Week 2 of a 4-week stint, at least as long as we're casting, for $25,000 in VESL. Anything can happen.
Yeah, anything can happen in this trophy. Remember, I mean, they're playing for hardware, money, bragging rights. I mean, everything, back in the day, we would wish this opportunity was for us. So if you're sitting at home and want to join, one of these schools and one of these teams, ask around. Definitely, we want this community to grow because this is a great opportunity for everybody to play some games and learn and being on time. Just like being on time, just like in any other sport, you got to make your practices. You have to, watch your film. So this is just like it, and you love to see this improvement each and every week from these students.
Yep, for sure. And folks, we are not done, right? We're done. Me and Chris are done for the day. This is week 2 closing out. We had a brilliant day. Next week, we'll be back here on the CMS stream. We got the same formula. We got Wednesday, we got Valorant. Thursday, we got Smash Brothers. Next Friday, we got Rocket League again. And there's multiple streams going on, folks. It's not just us here at CMS. We are also plenty of divisions. You can go to the YouTube channel, browse around, right? We got CMS League, we got Western, we got Sandhills, and we got Foothills. I hear Sandhills has a lot of action going on, so definitely make sure you go over, check out those streams, check out those casters, give everybody some love. Western, another big one. I'm just thinking of names off the top. Anything's possible, but that's going to be us for all. Thank you so much for joining. We'll be back Wednesday. Can't wait to see you there. Thank you.